Howdy, I'm Andy. I'm the veterinary technician at Hoof and Paw Animal Clinic, and we're going to talk about some veterinary things.
When should you start obedience training with your dog?
As soon as possible. Puppies, short attention spans, you're going to run into problems with them, but the sooner you get them started on responding to sounds, commands, communication, the better. The same thing holds true for shelter dogs, and I know there's a lot of people like me, for example, that are definitely going to be more willing to go to a shelter than try and deal with the nightmare that is having a puppy. But the sooner, the better. And puppy classes, even for an adult dog, is an excellent first step.
What are the most common behavior problems in dogs, and how can they be addressed?
So the big problems that most people that I help is quote unquote aggressive behaviors, but usually it's just a matter of territorial problems. You'll see a dog as you're walking down the street, for example, where there's a dog behind a fence that's just going absolutely bananas because there's another dog walking by. That doesn't necessarily mean that a dog is being aggressive. It's just being a pain in the butt. Improper urination, defecation, that's always going to be a problem, but the best thing that you could possibly do to solve that problem is just let them go outside as often as possible.
Can behavior issues in my dog ever indicate that they are sick?
Sometimes you'll see some dogs that'll lash out in pain if they're feeling like poop. You'll see a lot of dogs that every once in a while you'll see depressed dogs that don't want to be messed with under any circumstances. And if that happens, well, give us a call and then let us hear the history, and we can offer you our best solutions to those problems.
What other dog behavior management options are available?
In my personal opinion, the number one thing you can do for a dog under any circumstances, really unless the dog is hurt, is go for a walk. Take the whole family, the whole stinking family, every other dog that you've got, the kids, everybody, go for a walk, because what that does is that establishes pack mentality within the dog. I have solved a lot of behavioral problems just by prescribing going for a walk as often as you can. So 15 minutes, 2-3 times a day. What that's going to do is that's going to establish the hierarchy, and then dog's going to know exactly where he sits or she sits in that hierarchy. But going for a walk is the best thing you can do for a dog.
Are certain breeds predisposed to behavior problems?
I don't put a tremendous amount of stock into that. The more ancient breeds, the Chows, the Shar-Peis, the ones that are more closely descended to wolves than the more common domesticated animals that we have nowadays, those sometimes will have a little bit more of a feral nature to them, but I would not say set your watch to it. I completely disregard the whole pit bull thing because pit bulls are terriers. They just happen to be 65-pound terriers. If you had a 65-pound rat terrier, you'd be dealing with a pit bull, right? That's just how it goes.
Can my dog's behavior problems resolve on their own?
I wouldn't count on it because left to their own devices, dogs are outside of their element when they're in your house. Dogs are meant to run, right? That's how they've evolved. They run until they find something to do to keep them occupied, and then they run some more. So if you are ignoring doggy behavioral problems, I can pretty well count on that getting worse.
When should I seek professional help for these dog behavior problems?
Anytime you're having a problem with it. If it's too much for you to handle, PetSmart is a great place to start because PetSmart offers really affordable puppy classes. You can always call us and get me on the phone. I worked in the shelters for a long time. I've coached a lot of people off of a lot of different cliffs for a lot of different reasons. But if you're struggling, call somebody. There are a lot of opportunities available, and you don't have to break the bank to do it.
Can getting my dog spayed or neutered help with their behavior problems?
Of course. That, again, you can't set your watch to, but let us take into consideration hormones, right? Everybody remembers being 15 to 21. That was a terrible year for everybody. And hormones is a big reason for that. So if you remove the organs that are causing the hormones, that are causing the ups and the downs and the this ways and the that ways, you can certainly at least level the playing field.